The Subway Postgame Show is powered by Subway Restaurants, the official training restaurant of athletes everywhere. Subway, where winners eat.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to the Subway Postgame Show. It's a final here in Denver. The Broncos are the AFC champs by defeating the Patriots 20-18. They will play in Super Bowl 50 in Santa Clara. I'm James Brown alongside my colleagues Tony, Coach, Bart, and Boomer Esiason. And a reminder that you can also catch us online. Watch the Subway Postgame Show at CBSSports.com. And time now to take a look at our player of the game presented by Auto Trader and his Denver linebacker, Von Miller. He said, what to you, Coach?
The prophetic Von Miller said on Friday, if I get 2 sacks, we will win the game. He did that. He had an interception as well. That defensive front was so disruptive. Wade Phillips called different coverages. Tom Brady with off balance all day.
You talk about coverage sacks, you're talking about confusing a quarterback. But at the end of the game, I just want to know why on their second to last possession, the Patriots didn't kick the field goal, kick off to Peyton Manning and his offense, who were doing very little in the second half, and then get the ball back and drive for a touchdown to win the game.
Well, I tell you what, you never know when your number's going to be called, and Danny Trevathan played a huge role in stopping James White as they try to exploit that matchup late in the game. He stood up, and he stood tall.
I tell you what, was just one heck of a game. We talked about it being this last chance rivalry between Peyton and Tom, and they couldn't have delivered better as far as I'm concerned. And the way Peyton Manning played, no turnovers, pretty efficient with the football. My hat's off to him the way he played. This is just an outstanding football game.
Well, the question coming in was, could Wade Phillips design a plan to apply pressure to Tom Brady? And that quick release, a resounding yes. We'll take a quick timeout. The Lamar Hunt Trophy presentation still ahead when we come back.
The Subway Postgame Show is powered by Subway Restaurants, the official training restaurant of athletes everywhere. Subway, where winners eat.
And it is a jubilant crowd here at Sports Authority Field at Mile High as we welcome you back to the Subway Postgame Show. I went to commercial asking the question, could Wade Phillips design a game plan to put pressure on Tom Brady in that quick release? Not very often that you see him befuddle virtually the entire game.
I think one thing about it that Wade did is he mixed up coverages, dropping people in coverage, blitzing them. But the defensive front put pressure on them all day long. I just don't know why New England did not go into the no-huddle, what they've done all year long.
Especially when that secondary had their 2 backup safeties in the game. That was a perfect opportunity to speed the game up and try and get them on their heels.
I don't know how many people saw this, but I saw Belichick and Phillips at the end of the game as they were walking off the field. Belichick said, that was some game you called.
Yeah.
All right, time now to send it over to Jim Nance for the presentation of the Lamar Hunt Trophy.
All right, thank you, James Brown. And Denver, congratulations. The Broncos are heading to the Super Bowl. I'm up here with Annabelle Bolin, wife of Broncos owner Pat Bolin, John Elway, Gary Kubiak, the Bolin family, and Terrell Davis is here to present the Lamar Hunt Trophy to the Bolin family.
Bronco family, let's give a big old round of applause to 2015 AFC champion Broncos! Yeah! And it's my pleasure to give this trophy to Annabelle Bolin for Pat Bolin, the Lamar Hunt Trophy for the AFC champions. Here you go, Annabelle.
I'll hold it for you, Annabelle. Terrell, you hold it.
Okay.
Yeah, you hold
Can
it.
I talk now?
Yeah, you may.
Okay. On behalf, okay. On behalf of my husband Pat and the Bolin family, I want to congratulate John Elway, Coach Kubiak, our players, and most importantly, the most incredible fans in the NFL. Read that one. We are so honored to accept the Lamar Hunt Trophy and represent the AFC in Super Bowl 50. Let's get it done for Pat. And go Broncos!
Congratulations, Annabelle. And this trophy, we're going to bring it over here, if you don't mind, to this gentleman by your side. John Elway, ladies and gentlemen, put this team together. And you brought back your old roommate. And in his first year, he comes in and wins the AFC Championship. Congratulations, John.
Well, thank you. I tell you what, we couldn't have done it with all the fans here today, but Gary and his whole staff just did a tremendous job, really stepped into a hot seat, and they proved everybody right here the fact that he did a tremendous job.
Well, you need to get your hands on that trophy. So I'm going to pass this along here. And while you hold that up, let me slip in Gary Kubiak. You're going to the Super Bowl. How did your team beat a very good New England Patriot team today?
Well, we had great respect for him, Jim, but the one thing we've done all year long is we just grind as a football team, and our fans are great to play for. Defensively, we played our tails off all year long and found a way to win another close one.
To come back, to team up with Elway, to come back where your career started, you spent so much time here as a player and an assistant, to bring it back to this point, to take the Broncos to the Super Bowl. What does this moment mean before all these fans?
That means the world to me. John gave me a chance and a chance to come back home to my football home, and I'm just so proud to be a part of this organization and this football team.
Well, how about a little handoff like the old days to number 18 over here, Peyton Manning. Peyton, you now break the mark that belonged to John Elway. He was previously the oldest quarterback to ever take a team to the Super Bowl, and now that great honor belongs to you. At this stage in your career, tell me about the fact you're going back to the Super Bowl.
It's a tremendous honor, Jim. It's been a special 4 years playing here in Denver for these great fans, for this great organization. And to be going to our second Super Bowl in 4 years is very special, and just an awesome effort by our entire team tonight. What an incredible effort by the Patriots for us to beat that team today. Very special win.
You had a rather long handshake at the end with Tom Brady. I know there's a friendship there and a lot of respect and admiration. What can you tell us was exchanged there, and how about also with Bill Belichick as you guys today were able to beat that powerful combination?
Well, it's been a special rivalry over the course of my career against the Patriots and the entire organization, and to play 4 times in the AFC Championship with so much on the line. Those games have been very special, so I just wanted to take the time to share with Tom and Bill how much respect I have for them and just what special coaches and players they are.
Peyton, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
You were going back to the Super Bowl, and to all of your teammates of the Broncos, some very big performances by this defense. And we're going to send it back to James Brown and all the crew as Von Miller and all the Broncos celebrate their AFC title here today.
A game-long effort that got it done in superb fashion. Stay with us, folks. The Subway post-game show will continue from Sports Authority Field here at Mile High after this. Coming up next on CBS, a special edition of 60 Minutes about people who are making a difference. And that'll be followed by another special edition of 60 Minutes. Then Madam Secretary and NCIS. That's all coming up tonight, only CBS. As we take a look at the Lombardi Trophy, that's what will be at stake in 2 weeks when we were out on the West Coast for Super Bowl 50. Let me turn to my colleagues now to get their final thoughts.
You know, in relation to Peyton Manning, it's kind of poetic justice that he gets to represent the AFC in Super Bowl 50 for everything that he has meant to this league. And you saw him stand up there with Jim Nantz and do the classy thing as he always does. All I can tell you is that if he goes out a winner in Super Bowl 50 and he calls it quits, he could say that he did the same thing that John Elway did.
Think about that for a second.
I tell you what, I want to take a little time to talk about the team on the other side of that ball. I mean, what a valiant effort on the road in a hostile environment. What a performance put up by the New England Patriots. You know, my hats go off to those guys. I've lost this game three times in a row. I know what it feels like, but I have to give them credit for what the performance they put on the road today.
Yeah, you're right, Bart. To lose this game is hard. You know, I've lost a Super Bowl and I've lost this championship game multiple times, and I felt this one hurt worse because you're so close. But you know what? There's an old adage in football that says offense wins games, defense wins championships. You know, we may be seeing it right here with a very special defense. They were today. Can they take that to the field 2 weeks from now? Now, they did not finish the game with T.J. Ward or Darius Stewart, the two starting safeties. But if they can get back, this is a very special defense that can match up against anybody. And with Peyton, this is now his second consecutive game. He has not thrown an interception. You know, and that's doing enough, keeping the chains going, even running for one in that situation to keep that, not moving the chains there. So, you know, that's the role he's at, and that's where he's in his career. He's surrounded by a lot of great players, and he's a great leader.
Yeah, you know what? If I ever had any doubt before about defensive winning championships, after watching this game from both sides and both teams, the defense has stepped up big time to go against these legendary quarterbacks. And Peyton Manning, looks like we're going to get one last chance to see the Sheriff go to work in Super Bowl 50. I couldn't think of a more fitting way for him to go out, and I am just happy as heck to be able to sit here and watch what happened today, because this was truly a special game.
So one team has punched this ticket going to San Francisco, Santa Clara for Super Bowl 50. Boomer, obviously the other ticket will be punched later today, but as you look at this Denver team going into that game, what are you seeing? What are you projecting?
Well, if Von Miller plays the way that he played today, and DeMarcus Ware plays the way that he played today. Now, they had the help of this fan base. I forgot how loud this stadium could be. Being down here on the sideline, I'm thinking about Marcus Cannon. I'm like, there's no way. He was like on roller skates the entire game.